Everybody, welcome. It's Andrew Ains with the Golf Academy. As always, a very warm welcome to you watching the video today. Quick advertisement. If you're new to the channel, welcome to you. First time watching one of my videos, great to have you along. If you like the video, maybe you could consider hitting that subscribe button. And at the end of the video, if you think the video is any good, you could maybe give it a little thumbs up. It just helps. So the question today is, how do we help you choose the right putter for you? Let's first of all just talk about the putter itself. Stating the obvious, it's the club in a round of golf that you're going to hit more often than any other club, isn't it? You think on a typical 18-hole round, depends a little bit on your playing skills, your putting skills, but the golf, I was looking at some stats earlier and it was quite interesting. A golfer playing off around about 18 handicap, and this I think was attained a couple of years ago, will average something like 33 putts, 34 putts around, putts even. What I say to all my pupils is when they're buying a putter or if they're coming to me to help them lower the scores, I'll say, how many putts do you have per round? And I've got to be honest, most golfers don't have a clue what that number might be. They'll say, oh, I don't know, I've never really thought about it. So what I then say to them is, if you're not using some sort of tracking device, take your next 6 rounds of golf, jot down on a piece of paper, a little notebook, how many putts you've had on that round. Could be 30 that day, 40 the next day, and average it out over 4 rounds or 6 rounds of golf would be better. And see what your average number of putts is. It's quite an enlightening statistic. Anyway, the tour average is around about 28, 29, I believe. Again, this was from data taken a few years ago. And the tour pros, when they're really on form, will sometimes knock it round in 24, 26 putts. So obviously, to the tour pros, male and female, putting is the difference between winning and losing. A couple of putts per round, 8 shots per tournament. To the average golfer, if I may call anybody average, the putting is probably a little bit overlooked. First of all on technique, but secondly on the type of putter that you're using. There's a huge amount of technology available in putters these days that wasn't available 20, 30 years ago. We've had inserted putters arrive. One of the early proponents of that were the White Hot Odysseys, Fisher putters. We're starting to use inserted putters. Big breakthrough in technology, helped the ball roll a lot more, stopped it skidding, all that sort of stuff. But you're coming to me today and you say, Andrew, how do I choose a putter? So in my putting area here, predominantly ping putters that I've got. I do have some TaylorMade. I don't have TaylorMades actually. I did have TaylorMades, but they're all gone. I've got Mizuno putters and I've also got some Cobra putters. But if I just pan down this rack so you can have a look at all the different styles, you can see that they all look different. So how do you choose a putter? So the first thing I think to look at is, are you going to go with what we would call a blade putter? I'll bring this up to the camera so you can see. This is considered to be a blade putter design, and this is a Ping Answer, which is the sort of the classic design. We'll give you some really close overheads of this as well. So let's call that the blade design, and let's call this a mallet. So you can see with the mallet, much bigger, generally a little bit heavier. So what sort of putter would suit the blade putter, and what sort of putter would suit the mallet putter? Now, there's the choice that you've got to make. You need to come into a golf shop like mine, your local pro shop, pick some putters up, take them on the putting green if they let you, they should do, and try. It's going to be a personal decision. Mallets are generally heavier than blades, okay? So when you pick a putter up, you're going to go, ooh, I like the feel of that. I like the look of that. I like the weight of it. You might pick another putter up and you might go, oh no, that feels a bit light in the head. I don't like the design. I don't like the way that the shaft goes into the neck. I don't like the color of it. All these things will be a factor in how you choose your putter. Weight is quite important. So I'm just going to flash up onto a Ping comparison chart as I chat you through this. And we look at some of the bladed putters here. And you can see that the blade putters, the Answers, are on this right hand side, and you can see their weights there are 350 grams. As you sort of move along onto the mid mallets, they get a little bit heavier at 360 grams. And then as you move into your mallet putters, they get progressively heavier, where we end up with this one called the Harwood, which is 385 grams. And you can get even heavier than that. So distance, do you leave your putt short generally? Well, if you leave your putt short, guess what? A heavier putter may work better for you. Help on long putts, lighter. And then we come on to this thing called arcing. Now this is a really sort of, I don't know, should we call it contentious subject? It's not really contentious. It's, for me, I get the idea, and this is Ping's idea of arc, straight, slight and arc. We're just showing you the graphic in front, and Ping really do delve into the technology and they study this a lot. So you're a golfer who has a straight arc. So when we're talking about straight arc, we are looking at the putter at setup, and that putter's coming sort of straight back to you, straight back and through, sort of on a straight line, yeah? So when you're using a straight back and through stroke, the studies found that golfers with a stroke, straight strokes, i.e. a closing angle of 0 to 3.5 degrees, are more consistent with face balance putters. Now the vast majority of face balance putters do tend to be mallets. Not all of them. I know you people will be out there saying, that's wrong. You know, you can buy a blade putter that's face balanced. And when you want to find out if your putter's face balanced or not, just find its balance point on your finger, like I'm doing here. And you'll see that the face of the putter points up to the sky. That's telling you that it's a face balanced putter. And that will work really well when you've got a straight back and through stroke. So we come on to a slight arc. Very, very common, slight arc putters. And what we're going to have here is a stroke. Rather than coming straight back to you, as it starts to come back, it will start to arc very slightly this way, back to the ball square, and then it will arc back the other way. So it's coming on a, if you like, a small sort of semicircular shape. Now when you've got a slight arc in your stroke, so I've got to find a slight arc putter. Here we go. This has got a slight arc putter. What we tend to recommend then is that we recommend to have what we call a little bit of toe hang. So again, if you find your balance point and I put the putter on, you can see how the toe of the putter starts to hang down. Now the idea there is that with the weight balance being at that end of the putter, the toe end, it kind of helps compensate for the arcing to square the putter up. That's the idea. Probably the most rarest one that we see is, if I can find one, got one over here somewhere. This is the strong arc. According to Ping's research, players with a strong arc, a closing angle of 7.5 degrees or more, are more consistent with a very heavy toe down angle. So you can see here that the toe's hanging much further down. The big strong arc is going to be just working much more inside, back to square and in again. So again, the weight balance of the putter helps to compensate for that and square the putter face up. So that's the idea of fitting your stroke to the style of putter. I could go on for hours, but I'm not going to. Ultimately, how do you make this decision? Well, you go in, get some advice from the pro or the person in the shop. Try as many putters as you can. Try putters with different inserts. Again, I'll just flash up onto one of the Ping. You can see here we've got 4 different inserts. Shallow milled, insert, P-back, smooth milled, little descriptions there, firmer feel for consistent ball speed, softer feel, blah, blah, blah. It's all going to be very personal, folks. You know, you're going to like a putter maybe with a soft feel. Some people like a putter with a firm feel. That's your prerogative. That's up to you. Grip size is really interesting as well. We've seen these days people using a lot of these super stroke style grips, which are sort of much, much thicker than grips that we used to use. And the idea with the thicker grips is that they basically reduce the amount of hand rotation or hand movement. So the thicker grips will keep the hands in a much more passive, neutral position. I'm a big fan personally of the oversized grips. I think it helps a lot of golfers control the putter head much easier than maybe a standard thin grip, where I see a lot of golfers there who get a lot of rotation with their wrists, or they start to bend their wrists. Imagine what that's doing to the putter face. Price wise, for a good putter these days, you're going to pay quite a bit of money. And I'm said this so many times on my channel here, and people who watch a lot of my videos will be bored of hearing this, but this putter in my hands here, actually that's probably a bad example. Let me pick out this one, for instance. This is the Ping Harwood from the 2021 range. Mallet putter, very stable, oversized grip. This putter retails at 329 British pounds. It's a beautiful bit of kit, fantastically balanced. People, when I show them this putter, and they say, "Oh, I love that putter. That's beautiful putter. Oh, I really like that. How much is it?" And I'll go, £329. The normal reaction is shock. What? £329? I'm not paying that for a putter. I only paid £95 for my last putter. And I get £329 is a lot of money to spend on a golf club, isn't it? But put it in perspective. What did you spend on your last driver? So if you're buying a Ping G40 430 driver today from me, I'm going to charge you £469, which is a lot of money, but that's what drivers cost these days. A drive you might game for 5 years, maybe less than that, some golfers. A putter like this could literally last you a lifetime. You know, putters don't tend to wear out, do they? This could last for 10, 20, 30 years. So although it's a lot of money, it's a great investment. There we go, preaching over. So there we go. There's a few thoughts about how you can buy your new putter. Go and get a fit, go and try as many as you can. I think buying a putter blind off the internet without trying it is very risky. Who are the best makes of putters these days? You are sport for choice. Scotty Cameron, Bettinardi, TaylorMade, Odyssey, Ping, lots of other makes which I've forgotten to mention. There are some fantastic putters out there, Even Roll, and I'm sure you can mention a few more down in your comments. Cobra will produce great putters, you know, so many. It's very personal. So there you go, putting. It's a hidden part of the game, isn't it, that we tend to forget about. Post your comments down below. Be very interested to find out what sort of putter you're using. Do you have more than one putter? What are your thoughts on putter fitting? Any good, or just pick the putter that you like the look of? Do you think putters are overpriced? Always good to have an open discussion down in the comments down below. I'm Andrew Ainsworth. Thanks for watching the video today. Bye for now.